So it's commonly accepted in advertising that emotion causes people to act. People buy based on emotion and rationalize it later with another part of their brain. But then it's also important to understand what kind of emotion actually drives people to act, because it's not all kinds of emotion. In fact, some kinds of emotion can have the opposite effect and make people less likely to take action. So what's the big secret? Well, basically it lies in something called physiological arousal. That means it generates physiological arousal inside people, which is kind of like an adrenaline rush that causes them to act, that causes them to do things that they wouldn't ordinarily do. You might have experienced physiological arousal when you finish exercising, when you get off a treadmill. In conversations you express yourself more than you ordinarily would because you're in a different physiological state. And that, when we talk about emotion in advertising and in content and in trying to get people to share and make our content go viral, that is the golden ticket. So what generates physiological arousal? Well, there's certain emotions that do so. Emotions like anger, emotions like anxiety, emotions like excitement. And then there's the other end of the spectrum, which triggers physiological sedation. And that's what makes people less likely to actually take action. So this is stuff like happiness, happy contentment, lethargy, sadness, and it's important to draw the distinction between sadness and anger because sadness is very different to anger. So these things which sedate people make them less likely to share. So news articles about things happening which anger people rather than upset actually anger people. This kind of content gets shared a lot. Exciting things as well. And also really importantly, awe-inspiring things. So there's these huge power pages like Goalcast, and they have built multi-million-dollar businesses around awe-inspiring content, which is content about people who've done incredible things or amazing people and their life stories, because it triggers physiological arousal inside people. So pages like Goalcast have made multi-million-dollar businesses around sharing content like this because it triggers physiological arousal inside people. It gets them fired up and makes them want to share. So in creating content that you want to go viral, or you want to spread, you want people to share with their friends, you should really start to think about these specific emotions that trigger physiological arousal. Anger, anxiety, fear is another one when used correctly and ethically in the right way. Awe and inspiration. These are the kind of emotions that you want to be using to get people to share your content and take action. I really hope you found this video useful. If you did, you know anybody else that might find it useful too, it'd be really great if you could share it with them.